So I wanted to make like a quick little blurb video, I guess. I don't know who will watch this or who will see it, but I'm just kind of I don't even want to say disappointed anymore. I'm tired of it. Disappointed isn't even a word that I would use at this point in time, but considering COVID in Hamilton is going into red stage, then it gives you guys some time to maybe think about it. But I'm asking that you think about it. Um, I've constantly been hearing from people that they cannot get access, information, or things like that, or that things are not going on to do with the LGBTQ2S plus community in Hamilton. Now, there are quite a few support, resource, um, personal outreach, whatever it may be. There are actually quite a few programs that are run in this city. The unfortunate part is that they do not really put the information out there where everybody can receive it. That's apparently for a fear of threat. I can understand that, but at the same time, our community won't grow and be big enough to defend itself or protect itself if we don't all get together, and it becomes very exclusive towards a lot of people. And it's always the same people that are being allowed to access these things, so therefore they have the big enough voice that they can stand up and tell me that I'm wrong, which I know I'm not, because I constantly get messages and talk to people in person about how they feel unsupported. They feel like they can't figure out where things are. And most recently, it's a matter of I know that everything is being done over computer. Not everyone has a computer, not everyone has access to the internet. I'm not saying you have to meet up with people in person, but I'm asking at this point, because of how COVID is going, that you take this time to think about the fact that you are not doing the job that you have created for yourselves. And I'm saying that because you have created these jobs and these positions for yourself. Whether you get paid minimally, whether you get whether it's volunteer for you, at the end of the day, it's something that you decided to do and you're not doing it. You're doing it for a select group of people. You're making excuses about things for why you can't do things. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, so you think whatever you want about what I'm going to say next. But at the end of the day, I ran Transfellas alone. I am one individual person. I was able to run and put on fundraising drag shows that had quite a few points to them. Then it wasn't just a drag show. It was also more decorated and flashy, I guess you can say, than just somebody performing on stage. We weren't amazing. We were new to it, and we were doing it because we wanted to raise money to help ourselves to be able to transition. Now, at the end of the day, I don't do that anymore. I don't do a lot of the things that I used to because it was becoming a problem. It was becoming an upset. It was becoming a matter of I had people in the community trying to boycott me, shut me down, threatening me, all these other things. But at the end of the day, I still pushed on and did what I promised to do for people. I've done things from answering messages on social media to meeting with people in person to having coffee and talking to doing shots, hormone injections for people. I've been able to give my name to somebody so that they can find a doctor quicker because they're in a certain position. I am connected with a few doctors and a few surgeons. I have taken people to surgeries and cared for them post-op. And sometimes I've gone to meet people on their 1 day post-op. I've done these things and I've decided to do them. Yes, I have. And I'm not saying that it's your fault. What I'm saying is that if you decide to volunteer or you create yourself a position, you do what you promise and you don't do it selectively. And you don't exclude people, because the excuses that I'm hearing right now are that there's not enough funding or there is not enough people to run these programs the way that they wish they could have been run or the way that they're supposed to be set up. I'm going to call you out right now. Hi. I've volunteered. I've asked everyone that's running a program right now that has funding from the city. I've asked to volunteer. I've tried to give my free time away. I know other people that have also tried to give their free time away, but these people will not allow us to join in. They're saying that it's a stipulation based on the fact that their program is supposed to be making money to help other people afford things, which is fine, and that's what you can do. But you can also accept volunteers. It's your choice to not accept help. And if you're not going to accept the help, then of course you're not going to be able to do what you set out and promised to do. Now, again, I'm one person. The things that I have done and low-key still continue to do are on my choice. But I didn't set myself up as this holier-than-thou access of resources or support or whatever it may be. I'm not being selective. I'm not being exclusive. I don't even do just Hamilton, okay? I do worldwide. So I don't know what the excuse is, okay? If you are having difficulty, take the help that is offered to you. Don't ignore people. Don't ignore my emails. Don't ignore my messages. Don't feed me a load of baloney, okay? You have this time during COVID to figure out what you need to do, what you need to improve upon. Because you are not doing what you set out to do. You are not doing what you are telling people you are doing. You are not supporting an entire community here. I have other things that I could say because a lot of people tend to think, well, it's downtown's the most popular area, so that's the only where that matters, okay? There's also the bus issue as well. I don't know if I want to get into that, though, because at the end of the day, I'm a low-income person, and if I have to come into the city and I want to go to Toronto, I'm probably going to park my car somewhere, and then I'm going to take a bus. So I'm going to need to bus, and I'm going to need to pay for it, and I'm going to need to take a city bus because I would probably leave my car at somebody's house instead of leaving it in a random parking lot. I would leave it at a friend's house, and then I would take a city bus down to take the GO bus. So at that point, what about me? I can't afford to do that kind of stuff. I don't need a Presto Pass. And this outing people as low income, by screaming online that this is unfair and unjust, I get it, I understand it. It's super expensive to live. I have a 3-family household that spent its first year, so my newborn baby had to live, I had to live knowing that my newborn baby, in the government's mind, and my family didn't matter. Because I did not get support from the government, help, anything, okay? I've been able to live off a certain amount of money. Maybe you should try to budget. It doesn't always work because I'm broke ass right now, and I'm broke ass at certain points in my life. But at the end of the day, if I choose to tell the whole world that I'm low income, then a bus company isn't going to out you for being low income. You are, okay? And think about this. Back before 2005, I graduated high school in 2005. I grew up in Binbrook, went to Saltfleet. We couldn't get a bus to come to Binbrook, okay? We still can't. There still isn't one that comes here. And back in 2005-ish, we were promised that there was going to be HSR buses coming into Binbrook. It is almost 2021. Kids out here don't have access to go to your programs that willy-nilly. A lot of them aren't comfortable to come out to their parents first. They need someone to talk to before they can do that. But your resources aren't available. I'm not saying move up the mountain. I'm not saying come out here. I'm saying make things more accessible where they can find them, where they could message you, where they could locate you, anything like that, because you're not doing it. And at the end of the day, nobody comes out here. Even kids that live in the city, they don't want to come here. Their parents don't want to drive them here. If you can't bus there, too bad. And then there's country kids that, yeah, we live where we live, but it's not, it's where we live. It happens. But the bus thing, at least you have access to the bus, okay? I'm not trying to sound like a jackass, but there are a lot of people who don't even have access to transportation to get a lot of the things that you're able to get. Maybe you'll call me a jackass. Maybe you can take time and think about it. Maybe you can take time and think that there is more than just you and more than just that number that you're focusing on, okay? You have 28 days of lockdown in COVID starting tomorrow. Why not take this opportunity to evaluate yourselves and go through everything? Because I did put out that I have a lot going on, and I'm still doing stuff. I don't ignore messages. I don't ignore anybody. Thank you. But at the end of the day, I cannot pour my heart and soul as an individual person who gets ignored by y'all and doesn't have anybody that's willing to help me out. But I've offered my volunteer hours to you. I've been around for over 5 years, and it's still the exact same way it was when I first started trying, and it's fucking pathetic. I said it. It is. And I think that there needs to be some long, hard thought about what the mission statements are of these places, what they are already receiving, and what you are doing. Because at the end of the day, it hurts my heart to get the messages that I get, to talk to people and hear the things that I hear. And know that I'm one person, but at least I'm trying. And you guys have groups of people. You guys and your bestest friends, your buddies are all in on it. You're together, you're doing it together, whatever, and you're being selective. But you're hurting your own community. And always having to yell about something, where does that get you? Like the LGBTQ, the committee, the advisory committee. Can we stop talking about the same topics over and over and over and over and over again? Can we talk about other things? Can we talk about accessibility? Can we talk about funding? Can we talk about being equal? Because it's not. Okay? So what I'm asking, take this time, enjoy your free time. Keep doing what you are doing. Because what you are doing does matter. Even though you may think that me saying this, I don't give a shit, I think you're stupid. No. Okay? I think what you are trying to do is valuable. I think that what you are doing is minimal. And I think that if you took time to think, that it could be better. And it could be what you actually want it to be. And if you would allow people to join in, if you would allow people to be part of your community, it would be a lot bigger, a lot brighter, a lot less to worry about. A lot less arguing, a lot less bickering, a lot less worry about safety, because there would be more places around that would probably be safer because more of us would be out and about with each other, but we're not. So please, take time to think about that. It's very important. Very, very, very important that you think about the entire area of Hamilton. Very important. Especially with COVID. I know it's hard. I'm aware it's hard. Been doing this by myself. Okay? I am way past aware that it's hard. At least y'all have each other. At least you have people that even though you've pushed them away, they're still willing to say, hey, I'll help you. You know? So maybe don't take things for granted. Maybe don't think this is what I'm doing. It's about what we're doing, okay? And I only say I when I have to prove a point. Okay? So how about we get together again, the whole community, as a community, and work on it, because it's important. And there are youth right now, so many youth, who are confused, scared, curious, wondering, what do we do? What do we do when the ones that nobody's helping? What do we do? What do we do for them? Do we say, it's not my problem? They're too far. They can't make it. It's not accessible. They're not brave enough to venture downtown. It's not about what you think it is. It's about our community. And if you're going to say our community, mean it. That's what it's about. So, hope everybody had a great weekend. Enjoy your week. And please, everybody, wear your masks, wash your hands, and remember to stay safe. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Peace.